coming from. So it says describe how a phagocyte destroys a pathogen that is present in the blood. So this is basically a 3-mark question that is asking you to explain the process of phagocytosis. Okay, and if I show you the mark scheme, please make sure that you do note down this mark scheme in your notes, flashcards, make your flashcards on this. Step 1 is that it engulfs the pathogen. We saw that. Okay, it engulfs the pathogen. Step 2 is that it forms a vesicle or a phagosome, or you can say both, a phagosome vesicle, and fuses with a lysosome. Okay, and then the enzymes, they hydrolyze the pathogen. You could say lysozymes instead of enzymes. So that's what the mark scheme is saying for this question. Okay, and this is a model mark scheme answer. So please make sure again that you make a flashcard on it or you make your notes on it. So describe how a phagocyte destroys a pathogen present in the blood. Number one, where we've gone through the process, we've gone through the long process. These are the key words that you need to pick out from that process. So number one, it engulfs the pathogen. Number two, it's contained within a phagosome vesicle, and that phagosome vesicle fuses with the lysosome. Okay, the lysosome releases lysozymes, which hydrolyze the pathogen. Okay, now I've got another variation of this question, and it's an application question. Okay, so we've got this question, and again, it's worth 3 marks. But this time, all you need to do is you need to apply it to the question. So it says over here, ADCs are molecules made of a monoclonal antibody linked to a cancer drug. Figure 1 shows how an ADC enters and kills a tumor cell. The process of entering the cell and the breakdown of the antibody to release the drug is very similar to phagocytosis. Use your knowledge of phagocytosis to describe how an ADC enters and kills the tumor cell. Okay, so first of all, it says over here ADC binds to the antigen on the surface of the tumor cell. Okay, so this is your ADC, and what's going to happen is that it's going to bind to the antigen on the tumor cell. So what's going to happen is that once it's bound, it's going to engulf the cell, right? So the first step is that this cell is going to engulf the ADC. Okay, then it's going to be contained within a phagosome vesicle. The lysosomes are going to fuse with the phagosome vesicle. The lysozymes are going to be released and they are going to hydrolyze the ADC and they're going to release the drug. That's what's going to happen if you follow this. So over here, you can see that something is binding to it. Over here, you can see the fusion of something. This is going to be a lysosome. It's going to release your lysozymes, and the drug is going to be released. As you can see, the drug is being released after the lysozymes have hydrolyzed the ADC, so the drug can be released. Okay, so again, if I show you the mark scheme to this question, you'll see how similar the mark scheme is. So whenever they ask you a phagocytosis question, you know which marks to cover. Even if it's an application question, you know the points that you need to cover. It says cell ingests or engulfs the antibody or the ADC. So the ADC is over here, and it's going to bind to the antigen on the tumor cell. So the tumor cell is going to take in the ADC. Okay, and ADC has an antibody on it. And what's going to happen is that that is going to be contained in a phagosome vesicle. So we have a phagosome vesicle over here. And then what's going to happen is that something's fusing with that phagosome vesicle over here. And that has to be a lysosome. And then that lysosome is going to release lysozymes, which is going to digest the antibody. It's going to hydrolyze the antibody or the ADC, and then that's causing this drug to be released. Okay. So that's a model exam answer on phagocytosis. And the reason why I've picked out two similar questions is because you guys can get an idea of what they're actually wanting. So if they ask you a phagocytosis question in your exam, you know exactly which points to include in your answer, because these two mark schemes are exactly the same. One is application and one is just not application. Okay, so if you in your notes, write down this answer over here, and then whenever any question comes up, you can apply it to the question.